Waleed, good morning. Let's start with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're just gonna come at me up in here and just ask questions immediately. Waleed, good morning. Let's start with that. You know what I'm saying? So let's start again. Let's go with a good morning first, and then maybe I'll answer your fucking question. Good morning. Por fin. All right, what time is it? It's 9:10 here. We'll wait a couple minutes for people to trick in. What's going on, guys? I got a lot of work to do this morning. As you can see, this apple. You guys know I was looking at this at 183. I guess there was more news this morning that they're going to do more iPhone bans in China, I guess. The interesting thing was how SPY gapped up gapped in the early morning, right? Cuz it was only like 5:30 and we were barely down, but Apple was down like 5 points. Um so there's some expanded China ban here. Let's take a look at this. Um Apple stock sold off. China ordered officials at central government agencies not to use iPhones and other foreign branded devices for work. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. This news was not factored into the price here, hence why it's moving so much. And if you look at this thing's getting shellacked here. Take a look at the last couple of days here now on this Apple. That's a 10-point move down on Apple. Anybody who's going to short this off the open, the easy money here is already done. That AMC yesterday, holy shit. Holy shit. I hope some people cleaned up on that one. Um, Daniel was asking me, do I use a footprint chart? You mean like a chart of my steps? You mean like an app that tracks my steps, bro? The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, Bruce, imagine. Instead, I'm long. You know what I mean? So I'm getting screwed all over the place. I'll talk about that in a second. And then you got Nvidia here this morning, which is a big drop. That's what is that? 14, 15 point dump. So that negates the whole move from before. I'm starting to realize, I can't hold these swings here. Um, let's take a look at. I don't think there's any news in particular on Nvidia. And then you got this Tesla gap down. We'll talk about that in a second. Um, Trading a weak Nvidia. And then you have the AI news that came out this morning, and that was earnings, right? So you had AI earnings this morning. The earnings were good, but the guidance was bad, right? So they withdrew their profit for, so all the forecasts were bad on the AI, you know. So that's Aaron saying Nvidia might be pin action with AI. It's possible, but again, with the weakness in this particular sector, the Qs, I kind of wish Dimitri was back around because remember he was short those calls. I don't know if he's still short. I'm sure he is. Um, yeah. Some stronger names yesterday were definitely XOM and Tesla. So oil was definitely stronger yesterday. Not sure how long that's going to hold up. Tesla here trading 245 after the bounce yesterday. I don't know. I don't know. And with such a gap down, can you just run and gun and short this off the open? I don't know the answer to that question either. That pins had a nice move. It retraced completely. The news on Nvidia is this whole core weave story. Send me that. Nvidia getting a lot of fraud buzz on Twitter. I mean, usually that's the time where you want to buy it, but let's see what happens. Banks here obviously were weak yesterday. I'm long everything, so I have to bail everything. All right, so today is the day that I decided to quit on all of these fucking long swings. So these are all the long swings that I got to work out of today. I'm going to sell calls off the open here, try to scrape back what I can, and then just go back to zero positions here. I don't think I'm going to swing anything more than a day or a couple of days. Um, I've been getting fucking wrecked here. And it's not for lack of ideas. It's just this shit's flipping around a lot and then I'm delayed. Like this UPST yesterday. I didn't close out of this. And now look at it. You know what I mean? This is zero. This is a zero ass position. And a no hedge, no anything. So real poor trading. Um, so I got to clean it up. I got to clean it all up. Oh, you are. Ranchero. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, I got to admit. Hey, what's up there, buddy? Can you hear me?
Yep, I'm here. Hang on.
Alrighty. We still got some work to do on that screen of yours, I know, but I will
Hang
get
on.
to it.
Hang on. I've been working on it. So let's see if this does it. Is that any better?
I think it's from my side. I think it's definitely from my side. I think there's something that I gotta mess around with here. Yeah, I
Okay.
think I figured it out. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I got you. I got you. Yeah, what I gotta do. Yeah, I think it's on my side. So we got a window capture. No, because from the zoom, yeah, so we gotta.
So is it the video settings in Zoom that are?
No, no, no. It's how you have it set up in OBS. When you look at OBS, does it look super clear?
Yes.
Huh.
And I changed the camera yesterday.
Okay. Well, your camera's fine. The camera's not the problem.
Okay.
It's the screen share that it's just super blurry. So maybe we need to crop a smaller picture or something like that. But you know what? For now, let's make sure we link today and get this done.
Okay.
But for now, let's keep it as is. Anyways, I was just telling these guys I swung long everything, and now obviously with this gap down and then the change in character on Apple and all these kinds of things, I've had to go in super hedge mode, and just I've been telling these guys just kind of how like I've been throwing out swings, and in this kind of market, shit changes on a dime, and either you're quick enough to hedge it out or it's too much to handle every single day to try to hedge out of the position. So I gotta go back to freaking clean and just kind of shooting day trades, not holding things for more than a couple of days. That apple we had yesterday was fucking smoking, but my head was all over the place, so I couldn't really wrap my head around it. So today I'm gonna bury fucking everything and then start over. That's what I was
You start
telling the
over.
that's what I was telling the guys. What do you got here this morning, bro?
I mean, I'm still long the Amazon, still long the Costco. The Amazon, I think I told you I'm looking. Can I add around the 50-day moving average?
Mm,
I might get an opportunity to consider that today. What I like to see is get there and start to bounce. So far, it has. The question is this the beginning of something a little bit more significant from the broad market or not? And if it is, then I just kind of hold up. I've got two contracts on it. I write against it. it continues to just generate cash flow as I go. If I'm patient, I don't really have to stress out about it. So that's where I'm at on the Amazon, and the same thing on the Costco. And then I'm just going to look to scalp again. I mean, yesterday we had a fantastic scalp on Tesla to the downside. And we also had that really nice scalp on, I should say day trade, because we had to sit there and hold it on Roku.
Yeah,
And
Bruce here said he made 400% on the short.
yeah, awesome. Well done. I mean, we had a great entry. I walked you guys through the entry. I walked you guys through the target areas. The thing filled the gap. So it gave you two opportunities to exit, and it's still like it looks like it's going to give you more again this morning. So
Nice,
yeah.
nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, again, you got the Apple gap down, the Nvidia, which is really serious. That AMD is again flopped back the whole move from a couple of days ago or from yesterday here, so it's already at the lows.
Oh,
That
sorry, I've got a condor on AMD. I forgot to tell you that. I put a
you got a
condor
condor.
on at the end of the day. Yep.
Yep.
But that's an aggressive condor. What I'm actually looking for is a change in direction. I want to morph one side of that condor. I don't care which side it is, but I want to catch it for direction. So if it's downside, fine, I'll take it downside.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. Sounds good. Um, this car, which is kind of an interesting, I wouldn't really call it a small cap here, but this thing is an interesting gap up of 10 points, but I don't think it's actually 10 point. I think it's just 100 shares that just kind of went off
Oh,
on the car
Avis.
here. Shop and Melly, Shop hasn't sold off at all, so you could kind of look at this as a possible laggard. Oil also hasn't sold off at all. So if you take a look at oil, oil is still holding up really well. Does that continue to hold up? I have no idea. I am still long some XOM. But again, as I said, I'm gonna bury everything and fucking start over yet again. But again, gotta keep going. Um, let's see what else we got. What else we got? That AMC. I mean, again, absolutely ridiculous. Um, yeah. Other than that, I thought the Meta was really strong. So the Meta is a name they haven't really kind of come out of. Um, I think you could probably put Google in that same category. Um, so that's another possible. Gold is up here a little bit off the open. And then maybe that's Spotify. That Spotify hasn't sold off at all. So maybe you take a look at this one too. And this
Nice
one's
idea.
really illiquid. This one's really illiquid.
So your shop, Lucci,
Mm,
showing a little weakness. That's not a bad idea either, because it's got a gap to fill. So
right,
that's not a bad idea either.
right,
I like it.
right.
Did you watch any U.S. Open last night? How about the freaking young guns?
No, no, I actually didn't watch any of it. I was about to grab some highlights this morning, but Alcaraz and who was it that played? It was Alcaraz. Who did he play? He played freaking
Alcaraz played
fucking the
the
German guy,
Zverev,
Zverev,
right? I
Zverev,
can't. Yeah,
Zverev. How was it? He won, I'm assuming.
yeah. I mean, he ran them all over the freaking court, right? And I love to see those guys lose. I can't stand like the four guys on the tour. I can't stand, and they're great players. I'm not saying they're not good players. I just don't like them. I don't like Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Joker, and Zverev. I can't stand those
Oh,
guys.
he won in 3 sets, man. Holy shit. Oh shit.
I
So
like the young guns are so much more fun to watch for me.
yeah. So Novak plays the other young gun today. So that's gonna be fun.
That's going to be great.
Novak plays Shelton today, I believe. Yeah, man.
I don't see Shelton beating Joker.
No, but
But
he got to the semifinals. This fucking 20-year-old kid gets to the semifinals.
I know it. Him and Alcaraz,
Him and
right? Two
Alcaraz,
years.
man. It's fucking amazing. Odds in Vegas were right though. They had Novak and Alcaraz going to the finals. Alcaraz has to play Medvedev though. I mean, he's gonna win. He's gonna
Yeah,
win.
I think so.
But wow, man. Shelton's gonna be like number fucking 18, 17 in the world now after this.
Yeah, he's gonna have some Porsche money.
Oh, both semis are tomorrow, Carlos is saying. All right, all right. So tomorrow,
Oh,
what am I doing
tomorrow.
tomorrow? Tomorrow's
Okay.
Friday? Tomorrow's
Do
Friday.
the ladies play today then?
Probably, probably, probably. Let's take a look at these. Women's singles, you got Coco Gauff and Keys. Wow.
Oh, Goff and Keys play each other for the to
Yeah.
get to the final.
So you get $1 million. Get into the semifinals. Finals, you get 1.5. That's pretty fucking good. You got to
Yeah.
work your fucking ass off for that.
Yeah. Once you
Whew.
get there, though, the sponsor money starts to roll in. Those guys just start.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Carlos is already there, but
Already there.
Shelton, Shelton's new world for him.
Yeah. Somebody's talking about this Dell. I haven't looked at Dell in such a long time. I can't believe this stock is going higher. It's trading $70 right now. Take a look at this fucking Dell. What's the news on it for the last couple of days? What was that pop from $60 to 65? That's pretty wild. That's actually very wild. Um, steels and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I saw lumber futures the other day. Somebody told me to take a look at lumber futures. They're also pretty crazy. Let's see if I can get a quote for this so you guys can take a look at it. Um, let's see if I can get a CME quote for this. Time in sales. No. Let's see if I can get this. Lumber. Oh, what time is it? 9:26. What do you guys got? Yeah, that AI. Again, I mean, AI is in an interesting place. You could get a lot of panic. People wanting to get out of this if they haven't already. Okay, here's lumber futures. Let's take a look at a month on. No, let's take a look at. Yeah, shit's been moving here. Hold on. These are these lumber futures. That's a week. Let's take a look at 6 months. Yeah, that GME and that AMC. Finally, GME. I mean, this thing. I just wish. Remember, I had FTX fucking short on GME from $36 for 50,000 shares, and then FTX blew up. I was doing good on that shit. I was doing good on it. And then it fucking blew up in my damn face. No love. Um, if you missed the short from yesterday, okay, and you're here, if you're in my position, so to speak, where you missed the gap up, you missed the short yesterday, the natural instinct is for you to just get short right now off the open, and that might get you into some trouble. What do you think, Raj?
It, I've spent so much time trying to make sure that I don't participate in that activity right off of the open
Right,
because, over the course of my scalping,
right.
the thing that one of the single most important thing to improve my scalp game is to not participate in that right off of the open. I almost always screw it up, and there's always opportunity if you can be patient.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I might pick on this AMD this morning.
Yep.
I like this. I think this NVIDIA is just a knee jerk reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's always difficult to tell, but if it gets to it's close enough to the 50 where you can start looking at it pretty quickly to see if it's just bullshit. And if they come back in to buy it, I'm
Mm,
okay with that.
yeah. Yeah. Take a look at crypto here this morning. BTC is not really doing much. Um, you got a couple of coins kind of moving. All right, let's see what's up off the open here. All right, so let me burn out of a bunch of things off the open here. SPY is the most important thing that I gotta just burn out of. Right, and then that UPST, of course, I gotta take that loss. So I'm gonna start dumping these fucking swing options that I got. Okay, let's bury the Tesla. Well, yeah, let's bury half of this. All right, obviously this UPST is fucking worthless. All right, so we'll dump that. Obviously this Bank of America is fucking worthless.
All right. So on my AMD,
Hmm.
this is one of the things that I like is on the Condor,
Hmm.
the call side, the 115s that I wrote right off of the open are up 60%. So I'm
Hmm.
just going to take that profit.
Nice. All right, let's take a look at the SPY here. Left of those. I got some Google calls I gotta burn. Yeah. All right. First thing I want to do also is let's watch some AI off the open here. Let me also just watch some Apple. 174 on that Apple, man. Yo, don't even look at the fucking weeklies that I
Woo!
had yesterday. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
Jesus. This is bottom of the range from August on
Oh,
Apple.
it's beautiful.
That looks so ugly.
That
Holy shit.
is some punishment.
Unbelievable. Again, that's news that hasn't been factored in. I mean, I don't know how they do things in China, but if they're
Don't get me started.
if
You're
they're
trolling me now.
yeah, if they're for real banning this shit, I mean, BA is ironically green. Wow, look at that.
That is ironic. Two nice sweeps on Apple right here off of the open.
Okay. Puts
175s for this week and 165s for expiration 9/29.
interesting. XOM, if you take a look at oil, oil is surprisingly up. So that's
Something's got to
very
keep the market from
yep,
crashing.
yep, yep. They always got to rotate into something. If you take a look at Bank of America, it's actually going higher.
Yeah,
Um,
banks look like a probably catch a pop.
mhm. Um, so you might have that rotation bank in oil kind of thing. Remember, all the pre-market selling, it's just pre-market too. So that's about 20 handles right there. So markets could rebound a little bit. Let's see. The weird thing on XOM is that these options haven't even opened yet. Very interesting. So I don't know what's going on there. Meta, again, we were saying unusually kind of bullish. Hasn't really sold off yet. Um,
I'm gonna short some AMD here.
yeah, AMD looks pretty weak. Nvidia 455 kind of holding. Again, my XOM options still are not fucking open. Very strange. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and gut these. Just start going down the line here. Send reject? Why would you have a send reject? Oh, because I'm on the wrong option. Let's dump the Bank of America. So I'm out that. Let's see. Okay, XOM options finally opened. So yeah, they are rotating to some of that. The Tesla here, let's bury a little bit and then let's read some tape here, see if we can figure out what's going on. This Nvidia is fucking weak. AMD, the tape looks weak. SPY meanwhile pushing up a little bit. Let me take a look at the Google. Natalia, where we at here? I see. You put it in there. Y el secundario. Negativo 50. All right. All right. Now, as far as the Google here, what do I have? I got end of September. Google just hit fresh lows. Again, Nvidia, there goes a 3-point pop there on the Nvidia. And that was quick. You might want to fade that actually. It's going to be tough though. Let's take a look at the options on Nvidia. 458, 455. So they're going for about 390, $4 here. My DAS is kind of choking up here a little bit. Oh bueno. AI lows. That AMD still looks weak as shit. Let
It
me know if you guys
does.
are refading the Nvidia. XOM, by the way, is it's going higher. Take a look at this thing. So they need to buy something, as Ranchero said, and they're buying banks and oil. Who knows how long that'll happen for though. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off some of the 50 lot that I have here on XOM. I'll cover half of these. Um, Still got a ton of Google, which I'm getting nowhere on. Let's take a look at the Tesla, 245. Tesla, let's scroll through some. Let's take a walk through the club here. 26 and a quarter on that AI. That thing, people are scared. Guidance here wasn't that hot. Take a look at Shop and Melly here. And Melly, if you notice, is the monster. Melly is the one. It's fucking Neo over there. Let's take a look at Amazon. Decent bounce there on Amazon. Ronch, what's your plan on that AMD?
I'm watching it right here.
Mm,
It's at a spot where you either re-short or take a short, or you take it long and see if it's going to bounce. I mean, I'm anchoring, so this is very short term.
right.
I'm looking to. I think it is weak, but it's a little bit of a fight right here. So
Yeah. I kind of want to. I kind of want to sell some calls here on SPX. I'll start super small. Also, GameStop had earnings too. Interesting. So I'm gonna check that out. All right, I'm gonna sell some calls on SPX, small size to start. All right. I do like that NVIDIA fade. Tesla here, program up. You might be able to get a fade off of this one. I mean, again, the general consensus is the fat man names are weak, with oil and banks seeing some bids. Oil more so than banks. XOM just hit a fresh high. Would I would I go for a fresh long on oil? Probably not, but it does look interesting. It does look super interesting. And then would I go long, fat man? I guess that's something not many people are thinking about. That Apple had a pretty fat bounce, 177 on that Apple,
right, AMD back up to where it's opened.
right?
So this is where now if they come in to buy this thing, you got a potential gap fill. That's
Hmm.
what's this is trading. You
Yep,
back and forth, back and forth.
yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And just when you think it's ready to go, they'll flip it back on you. They'll
Yep.
flip it back on you real quick. Um, all right, SPY fresh highs. Let's see if we break 444 or we continue higher here. Again, XOM is good lord. Let's check out that UPST. Holy shit, UPST hit 30 bucks. There's a lot of people caught long on this one after yesterday. Fuck around, you see 26 bucks on this. I mean, after the AI stuff and after they've been treating a lot of this stuff, this might be that might be something there. Where is that Affirm? This they haven't sold this Affirm yet either. They're waiting for something, but this
AMD
one,
into the gap.
yeah, this one. If you want that Affirm, you got to buy some time, man, and sell some shit, sell some puts against it. CHPT, that's charge point, right? Yeah. I mean, it's fucking that one's not easy. All right, let's take a look. BA. Yeah, Boeing, man. I like the short on this thing, man. It's just you gotta fucking. It's tough to hold it. It's tough to hold it. I got smoked. I got smoked on that one too because I shorted it after it faded everything out, and then it
We
had
had a
to.
condor on Boeing too.
Yeah. Now you put the condors back. The condor idea is great. But do you have a main position you're going for, or you're just selling both sides and that's it?
No, if you remember
No
when
main
Boeing
position.
broke out after its
Yeah,
earnings,
of course I do. Of course.
yeah, I mean, I tried, right? Like,
Right.
and it broke back down. So
Right.
on that one, I was swing. I had to get out of the way.
Right. Right. There goes your SPY here. My daughter's calling me. Do you ever feel bad that your kids call you and then you just don't want to, and then you don't pick up the phone because you're trading?
I send him a text.
All right, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll be like, babe, listen, I'm gonna call you back.
Exactly.
She sent me so much shit to look at yesterday though, and I didn't look at it. I feel like an asshole.
Oh my God, I missed Amazon on the 50. Damn it.
Apple, nice bid. And look where I closed all my long swings, guys. You know what I mean? Look where I closed all my long swings. I closed them at the lows. Shit, you know? And it just
That's how it works.
it's just how it works. Look at this XOM. It's at highs. It's almost at 116 here. Huge fucking move up. So notice the
Insider buyers.
pre-market. Notice the pre-market move on SPY here. We're covering all that 830 move. Was there news that came out at 830? I don't know. Anybody? New American saying they're selling vol, no fear. I agree. I agree. These gaps they use them to, you know, push sentiment. Oh, there was some jobs numbers. How were
Yeah,
those?
jobless claims, productivity and costs. Natural gas is at
Shit,
10:30 Eastern. Petroleum is at 11.
that shit doesn't
And then
mean.
you got a bunch of Fed
Yeah.
twits speaking today.
Yo, and Baba was trading really strong yesterday, and look at the fucking gap down on this thing today, man.
Good
This thing got shit house, man. This thing is so tough to trade too. Fuck,
commies.
fuck that. Bank's still kind of holding it in there. Um, again, this XOM is insane. For real. This XOM is nuts. I'm gonna dump the other 25 I got. I still got 100 long on that one. PDD is a China name, right? All right. All right. Let's see if we can get a read on something here. Where's MasterCard and Visa? Look at MasterCard and Visa. Again, like I struggle with the fact that there still are signs of real bullishness under all of this shit. And despite the fact they were able to kind of move around text and move around the indexes so much, it still doesn't mean that we're gonna fucking tank, which a lot of people are sitting around waiting for. Is it possible? Sure. Likely? I have no idea. Look at that. Look at the climb back on that AMD.
Yeah, no, that's
107
great.
here on that AMD here.
I covered those 115 calls
Uh-huh.
that I was short. So I'm just gonna, if we get a nice pop, I'll write them a second time. Like that's the beauty of the adjustments on
Sure,
the legs of these things.
sure. And then if you look at the boy, everybody's been calling out the meta. The meta. Remember, we were saying it's unusually kind of bullish here, and of course today it's looking pretty good. Looking
The
pretty good. All right.
thing I don't like about Meta is, I mean, it's you pick your poison. It's
Right.
look at how it's consolidating between the 50, the 21, and the 8, and it's just getting scrunched. So it's at some point a move because it's building up some consolidation. A move to either side is likely to have some energy at some point, which means you need to be prepared for either side,
Right.
and it could be very violent. You know, you could have like a 15 or 20 point day easily.
Ooh, like that Netflix likes to do every once in a while, right?
Yep.
Um, Goldman, Roblox. Where's that Roku? Roku here, retrace that.
It's bouncing.
Yeah.
Everything's bouncing.
Take a look at this UPST though. Take a look at this UPST. I mean, after yesterday, it's kind of interesting. And shorting it here though is it's not fucking ideal. But that in my head or in my gut, that's the best idea I have. Let's say we trade it next week. 30 puts. Those are going for a
Well, this
buck
is your spot.
60.
Like if this spot doesn't give way,
Exactly. Exactly. I
and
mean,
then your downside, the 200 is right there at 25.17. So how much are you going to really gain?
right. Exactly. Exactly.
And you be in Tesla for 5 minutes and make that.
Yep. Let's take a look at this Intel. Bruce called it out. This Intel is, fuck, look at this Intel, man.
Yep.
You know?
Well, this is, long term, this is the spot. If you look left on that chart, it
Yep.
has not been able to break through. And
Yep.
now it's breaking through, and you got a gap to fill up to 39 and a half.
Sure. Sure.
Bottom of the gap on AMD is 108.19. It's kissing the 8 EMA right here. So this is a spot to look for. Is it going to fade or are they going to push it through? So not a bad idea to write it.
Which one?
AMD.
AMD.
Mm-hmm. And if it continues to go, you just flip the short leg of your right.
Um, let's take a look at this NVIDIA 458, Tesla 247 here. Pins is green. Strangest thing is that arc doesn't look terrible. Let me see the arc. Yeah. Yeah, it really doesn't. It really doesn't, but does it look great? You know what I mean? Can you say within any degree of certainty that this thing is going to go back to 50 bucks? You know what I mean? That's the other problem. It's like sure things are holding, but are they bullish to the point where it's a fucking long and it's a buy everything kind of situation. It's just not that kind of environment. Just kind of weird. Netflix here down 7.
Did you see that big put sweeper 3 minutes ago on the NVIDIA? Somebody re-upped. That looks like
Let's,
protection though.
let's take a look. Uh,
915 500s, 2 million.
mm, mm. You know, um, I've been hearing a good amount of funds, short tech funds, just fucking blowing up left and right. Pins here, somebody just bought some calls, 28s. Apple, somebody's buying some puts here. AMC, continued put buying. Here's another NVIDIA. for next week 500s. There's always those come in every day. It's like people will launch 100 grand, 200 grand on lottos and that shit every day. What? I bet you they're paying fucking $5 for that option. Let's take a look at this. Next week, Nvidia, right? 500s. Let's see how much they're worth. 500s are going for a buck 30. A buck 30. So this guy is like, all this is bullshit, right? He doesn't even have to get close to the money. You know what I mean? All he has to do is retrace this gap up to 470, and this guy doubles his money. You know? So it's actually not that bad of a play. I don't know. The question is would you take it? Would ya? Would ya? 460 calls for this week are 455. eBay, whatever. Well, guys, I don't know about you. This looks pretty dead to me. New American saying, how about this? If we lose the opening lows, are we going to 440 SPY? Interesting perspective. It's possible. Ranchero, what do you think about that? If we lose the opening lows, which is 443 about, can we go to 440 on SPY?
Take a look. Um, Let me look at this little move right here. So measure that to that target projection. So you're very close to a fib right here, which is a 50% retracement of this little move. So next target would be 440.92. Below that, 437.46, and then a retrace of the low to 433. So that's kind of how I would view it. So right here is if this 50% retrace of this little move right here doesn't hold up, yeah, you can look for more of a flush down to 441.
SPY looks pretty dead. So you're going to need to find a mover without the influence of the indexes. I mean, so far, obviously we can change everything. Any of these rallies here, you know, the Nvidia rallies, the Tesla rallies, they might be good fades. AMD's, maybe, you know. But again, you got to think after the last 2 days, easy money is more or less gone. If you look at Amazon and you look at Google, it looks stronger than the rest. I'm actually going to shave some of my Google off just to fucking burn my wrist down here. There goes your flop on SPY. Let's take a look at these.
SMCI.
I forgot about that SMCI. How's that thing doing? SMCI 257. Somebody was talking about that FCNCA this morning, and it actually did. It actually has been fading. So maybe the day has come on this fucking thing. It's a tough trade though. Yeah, just kind of. Should we just short 1,000 shares and hold it, kind of thing? You ain't gonna do it though. I ain't gonna do it. Here comes your. You know, this Apple fade might be decent. Let me know if you guys are refading these things. PLTR, where's that? Yeah, it's having a bad day because of the AI shit. AI kept selling here. AI fresh lows. Meanwhile, look at MasterCard. What a fucking. What a buy. What a buy. All right, I got a 70 lot now short SPX calls. Yeah, MA really does look great, man. It really does. Like it really fucking does.
Hey, that
Let's.
AMD hit the 8 and faded.
Yep.
So I wrote the 108s for 86 cents. And I'll just sit here and pick them off all day. I don't care if it's 20 or 30 cents at a time. Shit adds up.
Meta here kind of fading it off there too. I'm gonna go ahead and sell more of the SPX calls. That's the best trade I got right now. Um, I fucking like the UPST short, man. Fucking like it. Really fucking like it. $29 puts are 50 cents. 50 fucking cents. I can't fucking buy that shit. Well, guys, I'm pretty dry over here. What do you guys got? I think we'll soon start getting iPhone leaks that claim it'll cure cancer. Somebody's talking about the Qs here, Options Hunter. DXY, money flowing into TLT, can't move, both not good for tech. Tesla looks like it wants to test that opening range low. Nice pop on the Apple there. I think the trading in general is going to be a little bit tougher. Now, back to New Americans' point. Here goes those opening lows, right? So do we start selling on SPY? I'm not seeing anything that is telling me we'll aggressively bounce. You still got tech really weak. Banks not holding up anymore. Even oil came down. So where do you have a bid besides MasterCard and a couple other names, right? Is that enough to hold up this whole show? Tesla here already faded back nicely. Bought some BKNG 3000 puts for fun. Wow, this thing's down 70 points today. Well, that's normal. It's fucking BKNG.
And nothing about SPY at the moment looks encouraging. It's either going to be a range day where they take you down to the bottom here
Right.
and they trap again
Hmm.
and burn everybody, or you get flush out. But the thing is, if you take a trade down here, you'll find out very quickly whether it's right or not, and you've got to if it's if it's not, they're gonna bounce it off the bottom of the range. That's how it works. Otherwise, you might get a little bit more of a flush out.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm on hands here, guys. I'm on hands here, guys. I'm gonna check the highlights of this Alcaraz match here. Call me if something fucking happens. Amazon. Look at Amazon. Amazon looks pretty strong.
I
You
know
know.
I'm bummed I didn't buy that off of the
Yeah.
50. I
If you
was
look at Google
fucking
and
around with
Amazon,
AMD.
Google looks pretty good too.
The gap fill on Amazon is 130. Observer is just how the reaction time and the speed at which they play
Yep.
is just not
It's absurd.
something that mortals can do.
It's
It's
fucking absurd.
ridiculous. It's like a video game.
Yeah. This AMD back on the 106. Nice program down.
Yeah.
Nvidia here too. Similar kind of situation. Um, um, eh, that ENPH has been so bad. So,
Yep.
so bad. There goes the Nvidia. No, there's fish in the market. This program's up all day, man. It's just, it's just right now. It's programs down. This program's up all day, bro. Shit. Fast rewind to a couple of weeks ago. It's fucking nothing but programs up. Anyways, another flop spy here. Nvidia kind of came down. Let's take a look at that Apple. Apple is holding a little bit better than the rest. Yeah, solar sector has been really bad. I mean, so far I've been doing okay. I'm doing okay on these short calls. Right now, the question is do we just buy some spy puts here? New American, how you doing over there? Sold out of CHPT calls with good profit. Nice, good job. Let's take a look back at some flow here. Maybe we can get some read on something. CHPT, 5.5 calls. You get some Apple puts here for next week, 165. So remember that they were buying those this morning too. In New American short NQ, that would be the one that you want to more short. Somebody just bought the Affirm, so they did exactly what we were talking about. By the way, the Affirm just sold off a little bit. So this might not be the worst idea here. This might not be the worst idea here.
Mm.
Right, so if we look at the Affirm, what are we looking at from an options perspective here? $21 puts are going for 40 cents. There's a good amount of size traded on these things too. You right? You got text now selling back off. You might get similar price action to yesterday in the sense that we just slowly, slowly bleed and we can just never get a rally going. Apple just faded, right? If you take a look at that UPST small pop here, I like I like the idea of the Affirm. You got to find the right name though. Got to find the right name. What would you short, guys? If you had to short down here, what would you short? TMUS? Wow. TMUS, T-Mobile. Looks interesting. Guys, take a look at this T-Mobile. Interesting chart. Would I trade this? Absolutely not. Right?
There's AMD coming for lows again.
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like. Are you short AMD by the way?
Me?
Yeah,
I've been in and out of writing calls, and
calls.
I'm I just took some puts right here to see if
Uh-huh.
this bottom flushes out. If it doesn't, I'll know fast and I'll cover break even.
Got you. Got it.
So the 106 is the line that I'm in right here.
Um, let's move over to that Apple. MasterCard still holding up really, 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 really well. XOM, nice fade. Is anyone short a firm? Next week's option, $20 puts are going for 50 cents. 20 and a halfs are going for, well, I'll buy a lot on that affirm just to kind of mess around here. All pops on SPY, they've just been selling them off, so I would
Mm-hmm.
imagine they continue to do the same thing. But let's see. Fish in the market is talking about M sauce. These are cannabis names. Right after they popped the other day, where's that TLRY? 290. Piece of shit. Let's.
This AMD is a slippery little pig this morning.
Yeah. Ben Scar is taking some next week. 305 calls on Meta. Take a page out of Ranchero's book, Ben Scar, and learn how to write against it. Learn how to hedge against it. Um, it'll help you, man. I could have used that a lot on my longer term sort of ideas. I like the meta. I mean, again, it's clearly got a buyer. The problem is it enough for you to make money? You know what I'm saying? You're buying a 305 call. So you need this thing to break out. You need this thing to print 303, 304, you know? So,
Yeah, this AMD is just not in the right spot. It doesn't want to break these lows, so that's costing me a little bit of money. Just got to sit here and tread water on it. Come on, update. Come on.
hmm, nah.
You resizing me?
I did, but it's still
Still crap.
still crap.
All right, so AMD is showing me it's just range bound right now. So
hmm hmm
the only way to pick it off is at the extremes of the ranges or the VWAP, at least for now.
And there's your program up.
Yep.
So So they trapped a lot of people. That meta looks good. Meta looks fucking good.
We're getting on this Amazon. Yeah, so Amazon gets to the eights. I'll consider some rights, but that looks really nice this morning. Here we go. Amazon pushing. That thing has been a beast this morning. Straight up.
Here's the meta. Here's the meta. Let's go, Ben. Let's go, Ben Scar.
So high yesterday on that was like what, 303 and a half? You get through that, then
That meta looks
you
really
could
good.
get some more out of it.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got.
Have conditions changed to the point now where you think we can go to a red to green scenario? Doesn't seem likely. But it seems more like chop than anything. And then they just kind of gun for certain names, which meta is obviously one of them.
That's what I mean. I think you're range bound on a lot of stocks. For sure you are on the AMD this morning.
I mean, the only thing that I would do now at this point is, and then it's too late to join Ben's position. Ben had the fucking entry on that meta. Now you got 303. Where are your options at? Where are your options at, bro? Yeah, sell it for flat if it fails, but this looks good. I mean, pre-market highs now you're at. Might be smart. Pull some off, roll it. That one's going to be a tough area right there. Ben, that's in the chat. Oh, you don't see him. He's in on YouTube there, Bruce. Brucey B. Got in at 4.25, and where's it at now? Should be over 5. Should be over 5, easy. Nah, that was the perfect timing right there. 5:45 offer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sounds about right. Ron screen frozen. Oh yeah, Ron screen frozen, but that's because of me. So now it shouldn't be. Smoking on this meta, yo. And then SPY came right back down. So this is looking kind of choppy on SPY here in general. And you got to shoot for individual names that are moving without the influence of the indexes, which may or may not be. One of them may be the meta, which is still going, man. 303 and a half. Gurpreet is saying, where would you enter on meta if it pulls back? 302 and a half, man. If you can get it, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. Clearly, there's just a push to get in this thing right now, because this is the only thing that's working. So everybody's just coming over here. Somebody just bought some AMD calls for next week. 110s comedy. Qualcomm here. Nvidia calls. Nvidia puts actually $6 million October. This looks like a hedge. Or I don't know. CHPT's got a lot of action on this thing today. A lot of action on this CHP today. 304 Meta. Killer. Killer. New American saying not seeing premium coming into the index call, so I think range bound on the index. I agree, New American on the indexes. Oh, but we just watched Ben smoke this thing.
So Amazon gap fill to the eight, slight fade. That's a spot to write it.
Amazon gap fill. Whoa, nice, nice. Oh, there's the other Ben. There's your boy Ben. I mean, Bruce, your boy Ben's here. He's in on you. He's in from YouTube though. Going back to this Apple looks fairly okay. Looks like they don't want to, they don't want to crush these things again today. Ben Scar is going to cover his meta. How'd you get for the fill? There's your pullback, by the way. Go to breathe. I wouldn't buy this though. I would, unless you're going to scalp it real quick. By the way, the shop down a 0.70 here. Where's the Melly? Let's just cycle around some. Let's take a walk around the club here. Um, Nano is saying AI short only trade. Man, this is kind of boring though, Ranchero. I gotta admit, AI nice pop here. Take a look at the AI. Melvin is talking about Oxy and the XOM. How do those look?
It's range bound. I mean, there's trades within the ranges. You just
Right,
have to be patient.
right,
That's it.
right.
But there's still plenty of money to be made. You just have to, right? Like this morning has been like a push mostly, especially on this AMD. But once you figure it out, if you stick around,
Hmm.
you'll make all that back and then some. But you gotta be willing to sit through the minutia to get it.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. You guys know of YTRA. IPO coming soon in India. What is YTRA, bro? Tell us. Yatra. Yatra. What does this mean? What is this? AREB. Small cap. Lovely. Oh, it's the BKNG of India. Well, there was already. Remember Travel Zoo? No, remember TTWO? TTWO. That was, no, not TTWO. Make My Trip. MMYT. Make My Trip. This was India. And by the way, take a look at the stock. It's fucking doubled. It's fucking doubled. Yeah, AI looking nice. There's your pop on that AI 27. Looking nice. Where's that Meta? Meta, back to highs. Let's take a look at that. Firm moving back up. Looks fine. Tesla, let's take a look at some flow again, and then I think we'll cut out for the day because this is a pretty slow session here. Tesla small puts for this week. Apple, you got 190s here for December, so they're going for a comeback on that shit. AMDs. AMDs, they bought 110. Yeah, we were already talking about that, so nothing much since then. All right, guys. I mean, if you guys ain't got shit, I don't have shit. Nano is saying, have I seen the weakness on AMC? Yeah. Yeah. Fucking brutal. Brutal. But again, they still got away with raising cash. Like, they still found ways to raise cash and stay alive, man. Who the fuck is buying? You know what I mean? Who is fucking buying these things? Who's buying these secondary offerings, man? Who are the fucking chumps buying that shit, man?
Got a little round of some put sweepers here: Tesla, Q's, and Amazon.
Yeah, interesting.
Range bound is what they're saying.
Tesla, Qs. And the Qs is for like 6 days out, so that's for like Monday or Tuesday. And then Amazon's, yeah.
I think these are your guys that start showing up, after the first hour or so, and start to look and look and see if they can pick off some of these ranges. That's what I think these guys are doing.
Hmm. All right. I say we pack it up.
Pack it
And
up, pack it in.
Intel $38. So again, they're still buying a couple of names, but they have to. They have to. I mean, look at this Home Depot, right? They're buying a little bit of this Home Depot. This thing is up. Doesn't that follow suit with your Costco? Where's your Costco today? Nothing.
Where is my Costco today? Right in the middle,
Yeah, not
right where I
doing
want it
much.
to be.
Not doing much. Not doing much. All right. Let's cut out here, guys. Thanks everybody for joining. Again, I'm going to work on Ranchero's screen here so we can get that set up, and then talk to Wall Street Jesus today. Try to get him on board. Um, so yeah, stay posted. Tomorrow's going to be Friday, so should be a fun morning, and hopefully we'll have Jesus on here officially tomorrow. All right. Take care, everybody.
Latest.